Hi everyone, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Eric and I'll explain later in the video why I'm introducing myself. But I am from Washington Jefferson College in Washington, PA, and I double major in biology and German, but right now I'm taking a semester off to study German in Cologne, Germany, which I'm currently in. And the reason I'm doing this vlog, well, there's actually multiple reasons, and one of them is for my study abroad office. This is a project that I'm doing for them. And another reason is for my friends and family back home. I know I want to update a lot of people on what I'm doing, but I think if I updated everybody with what I was doing all the time, I wouldn't be experiencing new things. I would just be updating all the time. And so I think a weekly vlog is a good way to keep everybody in the loop. And then I'm also doing it for just travel abroad vlogs in general, because when I wanted to study abroad and get more information about it, and also just get ideas of things to do when I decided I was going to study abroad, I thought that there's kind of a gap on the internet with travel abroad vlogs, which I thought was surprising because I knew the internet and YouTube was pretty vast, but I couldn't really find any, especially with Germany, so hopefully I can fill in the gap with that. And then lastly, I'm doing this vlog for myself. I think this would be a good way to remember my trip in the future. So what to expect from my vlog? Each week I'm going to have a weekly topic, and then also talk about each week a new food that I had, hopefully a new word that I learned, a funny or interesting experience, and then also maybe my favorite picture from that week. So this week's topic, well, the first topic for this week is my arrival, and I came from Pittsburgh to Cologne, and it was 3 separate flights, and it wasn't too bad. It was an hour from Pittsburgh to DC, 8 hours from DC to Munich, and an hour from Munich to Cologne, so 10 hours flying in total. It was like 14 hours with layovers, so it wasn't too bad. And the cool thing was, when I went from DC to Munich, I got a upgrade to business class. And when they told me that, I didn't even know what business class was. I just thought it was like a better economy. And so when I got up there and I realized this is what business class is, I was pretty excited. And as a student with a college student with limited funds, it was a nice surprise. And not to bore you with travel details, but my favorite thing from that was I could push a button and my seat would turn into a bed, which was pretty cool. And once I got to Cologne, my friend, shout out Nora, picked me up from the airport, and I'm currently staying in her apartment. And so I'm in Cologne right now, and I'm enjoying the city. I spent a day with her exploring, not too much, but some of the main things. And I think it's going to be a good experience abroad. And so for this week, or since I arrived 2 days ago, a new food that I had was, well, I guess it's not really a new food, but a new meal, I guess I should say, because the German meals are set up a little differently than the American ones. From what I understand, their biggest meal is lunch, whereas ours is usually dinner, and their breakfast is breakfast. I don't know the plural for breakfast. I could just say breakfast. Their breakfast is usually not, is heartier than ours. So I'm used to eating cereal, eggs, maybe pastries, where here it's a lot of bread. And I've had bread before, obviously, but theirs is a lot heartier. And it was good. I was fine with it, and I wasn't really hungry till a lot later. So I guess it's a good breakfast. And then a new word that I learned was beeindruckend, which means impressive, and beeindruckt, which is impressed. And I wanted to learn that word when I saw the cathedral, which is the big dome, or they call it the dome, in Cologne. And I thought it was amazing. I saw pictures of it, but pictures do not give it justice, and I don't even want to share a picture of it because I don't think, well, I already did my social media, but I don't think it really shows how impressive it is. And oh, actually, I guess I have to show my favorite picture from the week, and so here is the dome. I just went against my word. I'm a hypocrite. And it's, I guess, like I said, you can't really see how amazing it is here, but I think it's a really, really cool piece of architecture. And a funny or interesting experience from my week was at the Munich airport. I went to the bathroom to wash my hands. I just got off, and wash my face. I just got off a 8-hour flight, And so I went to the bathroom and I went up. Soap was the same. I was used to, I knew how to use the soap dispenser. I could use the sink. It was all the same. No surprises there. And then I went to get paper towels from the dispenser, and there was a blinking light, so I knew that it was automatic. But so in the U.S., when paper towel dispenser is automatic, you just wave your hand and it comes out. So that's what I was expecting it to be. So I waved my hand and nothing happened. So I start waving. I probably look like an idiot, but no paper towels came out. And I look around to see maybe someone else is broken too, or I just don't know how to use it. And actually, they just had to hold your fingers up to the sensor, and that's how it signaled it to come out. I saw the guy behind me doing that. So I went up and I did the signal, or put my hands up to the signal, and the paper towel came out, but it did not come out like I was expecting it. It came out like it loops around, and so it came out like a loop. And so I went and I tried to tear it off, because that's what you do with a paper towel, and use it and throw it away. And it didn't tear, and it felt like a cloth. And so I looked around to see if anyone else trying to tear theirs off, and they were just wiping it and walking away. And then the dispenser sucked the paper towel back up. It took it back. Now, I don't know if this is in other airports or if this is common in Germany at all, but that just blew my mind. And I've never seen anything like that in the U.S. And so I go to wipe my hands, and before you're even done, it sucks it back up. So I'm confused how Germans aren't always walking around with their hands dripping wet, because you do not have enough time to dry your hands in the airport. So I had to do that. I had to press the sensor a couple times just to dry my hands, and I thought it was kind of different, because it was like harder to dry your face, because you have to like go down really low to do it. But I thought it was really ingenious, and I think I just spent 2 minutes talking about it, but that paper towel dispenser deserves it, because I thought it was the coolest thing I've seen in a while, which is sad. Yeah, that is sad. But the next part of my video, leading off of the new paper towel dispenser, is just culture shock. And we had a study abroad meeting with our director back in like early spring, I think, in W&J, and she talked about culture shock, and I didn't really think much of it. I thought maybe people who are more introverts or get homesick easily might have culture shock, just from being in a new environment. And I just came from a big city, from Philadelphia, so because I was there in the summer, and I wasn't expecting to be too much culture shock, but I was just maybe just expecting the outlets on the wall and the shower to be different. But really, like, all the little things that you take for granted and are part of your routine, they're different. And for some reason, that just not depressed me or anything like that. It doesn't bother me. It's just another way to do things. But maybe shock is a good word. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but it's just like a disruption in my routine, and that kind of threw me through a loop. And like, just for example, just I don't know, even the doors and the light switches, everything's just different, and it's like it doesn't affect like how you live. It's the same quality of life, but it's just a new way to do things, which is you just have to get used to it. But I'm really enjoying my time in Cologne, all 2 days that I've been here. But I think I'm really gonna like it, and I'm really happy that I chose this city to come to. And thank you for watching my vlog. I'm hoping to post a video not this Sunday, but the following one, because this Sunday I'll be meeting my host family, and with classes starting and learning all the new things with that, I think I'll be pretty busy. So, yeah, I'll see you then.